Hello again, welcome to class 640. All right, are you ready? All right, let's go back to the paragraph where we left off yesterday. Paragraph 140. You may remember. I really enjoyed the commercials on your Saturday night programming. Programación o la parrilla televisiva en este caso de la noche del sábado pasado. It's a letter. This person, the viewer, this is a person who watches television. And he has written a letter, apparently, he's written a letter to the television studio or to the television company. And he says, I really enjoyed the commercials. Me han encantado los anuncios. I really enjoyed the commercials on your Saturday night programming. It's too bad they were interrupted so much by the movie. Lástima que los anuncios hayan sido interrumpidos tanto por la película. So, yeah, it's too bad, that but this happens especially on the three main channels. Los canales en abierto, it's just constant. Oh, Dios mío, otros 7 minutos. So it takes a long time. And so it's too bad, it's too bad. It's too bad, it's too bad. Yeah. Your English isn't perfect. Oh, that's too bad. I'm really sorry. Oh, you can't. You're going away for a month, and you're going to miss the next month of my classes? Oh my, that's too bad. I'm sorry. That's too bad. Well, you come back and you go into R2V la carta, and you have them. You can catch up. Puedes alcanzar el ritmo, ir recuperando. You can catch up. You can catch up. All right. So, but that's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. Es una lástima que se interrumpan. It's too bad. All right. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed. Se usa mucho really in inglés. Really, really, really. Yes. A good friend of mine, Richard Vaughan, Tocayo, he wrote a book in Vaughan Editorial. It says, and the book is the really, 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 really important. Como 8 veces. And it's common. It's really, 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 really important. English is really, 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 really important. Realmente, pues no sale en español. Es de verdad, pero de verdad. It's really, really. Okay. De verdad, disfruté, pero de verdad. I really enjoyed the commercials, los anuncios televisivos, on your Saturday night programming. It's too bad they were interrupted so much by the movie. So this person is being sarcastic. You understand? This person is exercising sarcasm. Sarcasm. So this person is being sarcastic, of course. It's too bad. It's a pity. It's a shame. It's too bad it was interrupted so much. They, o sea, los anuncios. It's too bad they were interrupted so much by the movie. If I had my way, si tuviera mi manera, mi forma, mi camino, si pudiera hacerlo yo, if I had, Frank Sinatra, I did it my way, lo hice a mi modo. I did it my way. You remember the song, I Did It My Way? Yeah. Yes, I did it my way. If I had my way, si yo mandase, si yo pudiera decir las cosas a mi modo, if I had it, si lo tuviera a mi modo, or if I had it my way, comma, I would charge companies double to advertise on TV. It's already expensive. The result would be about half the commercials there are now with probably the same amount of revenue. This second part, in my opinion, of the paragraph is not important. But what this person is saying, if I had my way, I would charge the companies double, dos veces más, el doble. I would charge the companies double to advertise on TV. I think this is a bad idea. If you charge the companies double, they'll stop advertising on TV. And then the television companies will have serious problems. It wouldn't work, doubling the prices. But in any case, this person thinks, charge double, and then there would be fewer commercials because there would be fewer advertisers. However, because the price is double, the margins would be greater for the television company, and the company would earn the same amount of revenue. Revenue son ingresos, which is not true. It's not true. It's probably not true. That if every company, if every television company decided to double the price of advertising, of the commercials, well, they would lose revenue. They wouldn't gain revenue or earn additional revenue. They wouldn't. It would be a problem. So I think you need to leave the prices to the market. The market, el mercado, se autorregula al final. It's always like this, but it's stable like this, all right? It's Adam Smith and the invisible hand. ¿Te suena la mano invisible? No? Okay, the invisible hand. Everything works out. When you leave the decisions to the individual people, in the end, they know better. Some people have problems, but the majority don't. So, y no pagan justos por pecadores. All right. So, I really enjoyed the commercials on your Saturday night programming. It's too bad they were interrupted so much by the movie. If I had my way, I'd charge companies double to advertise on TV. The result would be about half the commercials there are now. Más o menos la mitad de los anuncios que hay ahora. The result, el resultado, Zaragoza, Susana vive Zaragoza, the result, consult, result. Aquí los españoles decís mucho consulta, resultado. And they say result, no, consult, no, result. The result would be about half the commercials there are now, with probably the same amount of revenue. I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree. All right, paragraph number 41, the next page in the book. Are you ready? It's incredible how much money is thrown away on gambling in this country. Ever since they legalized bingo and casinos, the administration has earned in gambling taxes more than they've earned in 20 years with the luxury tax. I'm not sure if that's true. But in any case, people like to exaggerate. And maybe I'm exaggerating. I remember my mother. One time I said, when I was a little boy, maybe 6 years old, and I said, Mommy, I saw 1,000 birds in the sky. And my mother said, haven't I told you 1,000,000 times not to exaggerate? So who was exaggerating more, my mother or me? I saw only 1,000 birds. But my mother said she's told me 1,000,000 times not to exaggerate. Te he dicho 1,000,000 de veces que no exageres. Okay. She was exaggerating more than I was. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible how much money, cuánto dinero se tira. Es increíble la cantidad de dinero que se tira. It's incredible how much money is thrown away into the trash or into the wastebasket. That's a wastebasket. All right? Es el primero que aparece la papelera on Vaughan television. All right? It's incredible how much money is thrown away on gambling in this country. Gambling is juegos del azar. Poker, roulette, blackjack, the one-armed bandit, el bandido manco, the one-armed bandit, the slot machines. The word for máquinas tragaperras is máquina de ranura. Curioso. Slot is ranura. Como a lot con ese delante, slot, a slot. We say slot machine, but some people call them a one-armed bandit. Here in Spain, you push the buttons, but in the States, but normally you don't see these except in Las Vegas, in Reno, Nevada, well, in the state of Nevada, and in Atlantic City in New Jersey on the East Coast, south of New York City. It's Atlantic City. Gambling is legal. And gambling is legal in the state of Nevada. You see, gambling is los juegos de azar. Gambling is dangerous because some people become addicted to gambling. Have you ever been addicted to gambling? No. Lopata no eres. No. Marta says she has never been addicted to gambling. I have not been addicted to gambling, but I remember my second year at the university in Dallas, Texas. I started playing poker. Often, maybe once or twice a week. And I was not a bad poker player. I wasn't I was making a little bit of money. But on one hand, una mano, I remember on one hand with Herb Mosca. O sea, su apellido era Mosca. Heriberto Mosca. Herb Mosca. A friend of mine, we were playing, and I had a full house, un full. Okay, tres de uno y dos de otro. All right. I had 3 kings and 2 jacks, which is high. I mean, this hand is really, really good. It's very, very difficult to lose with a full house. Aquí se dice full, tengo un full. No, tengo una casa llena, se dice en inglés. Full house. I had a full house. 3 kings and 2 jacks, I remember perfectly. And so I started betting. I mean, I was putting money. All right, I was in the university, which means I didn't have a lot of money. I put $1,000. And when you're ready, I showed my hand. It's a full house. He had a royal flush. A royal flush is the highest hand in poker. It's 1 in 10,000, 1 in 100,000. I mean, it's very, very rare, extremely rare. And it's the only time in my life I have seen a royal flush in real poker, playing poker. I lost $1,000 in one night. I never played poker again after that. I had enough gumption, I had enough wisdom. Gumption, bueno, gumption se oye. Gumption, pronunciado gumption, es sabiduría llana y sana, normal. Wisdom is de alguien realmente sabio, pero gumption means suficientes luces para decir, okay, no more. Because if you're going to devote yourself to poker, okay, fine. I know one family in which the father is a professional poker player. Okay. And he wins 60% of the time and he loses 40%. But he knows this. And so he makes a lot of money. But 40% of the time he loses, you see. So you need to be a very good poker player or you'll be a very intelligent person. It's incredible how much money is thrown away in this country on gambling. O on gambling in this country, dice aquí. En los juegos de azar. Es increíble la cantidad de dinero que se tira en este país con el juego. Which is, I'm not sure it's true. Ever since they legalized bingo and gambling, desde el mismo día en que legalizaron, ever since, tiene mucha más fuerza que since, desde que legalizaron los bingo y los... You see, I wrote this paragraph probably in 1985, and I remember in the 1980s, bingo was legalized, and there were many salas de bingo everywhere. Do you remember? Salas de bingo. All right. And casinos. Well, casinos no, but bingo yes. But here I say both. Ever since es más enfático, desde el día en que el mismo día en que legalizaron, ever since they legalized bingo and casinos, the administration has earned in gambling taxes more than they've earned in 20 years with the luxury tax. Impuesto sobre el juego. All right, that's a gambling tax that the casinos, bingo parlors, bingo salons, they pay, and other things, gambling tax. Then we have the luxury tax, impuesto al lujo. All right. I'm not sure if there's a luxury tax in Spain now. For many years, when I came to Spain, there was a luxury tax if you buy a car. I mean, in the 1970s, a car was considered artículo de lujo. Yeah, hoy no. But I remember there was a luxury tax, algo como 30%. It was a lot. So when you bought a car, you had to prove, with documents that you, or through the car dealership, automatically you paid the luxury tax. All right. Impuesto al lujo, luxury tax. Yes, sir. Luxury. Suena lujuria, no? Luxury, no. Lux, deluxe, deluxe, de lujo. Deluxe, luxury. Lug, como una G. Lug, como bicho, bug. Alfombra, rug. Lug, luxury. Luxury, 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 luxury. Pero la G dura, manda un poquito ahí en medio. Luxury, luxury. The luxury tax and the gambling tax. It's incredible how much money is thrown away on gambling in this country. No creo que sea verdad. Ever since they legalized bingo and casinos, the administration has earned in gambling taxes more than they've earned in 20 years with the luxury tax. Not true. Probably. I'm making this up. Estoy inventando esto. However, I remember in the 1980s again, the law changed. Bingo parlors everywhere. And in every bar, there were one or two slot machines. Always when you go into a bar, café con leche, por favor, with you order a coffee and churros or something, there's a person putting money with the slot machines. Now you don't see many. Do you see many slot machines now in the bars? No, not as many. Do you remember? Yeah, but Marta's very young. There are a lot of things I remember that she doesn't remember, you see. All right, so one more time. It's incredible how much money is thrown away. Thrown away. To throw away. Yesterday I threw away. Lately I've thrown away. It's incredible how much money has been thrown away on gambling in this country. Ever since they legalized bingo and casinos, the administration has earned in gambling taxes more than they've earned in 20 years with the luxury tax. Again, it's probably not true. All right, paragraph 41. How much time, Marta? We have time, right? I'm going to do one more paragraph because it's 198 paragraphs. And I have just finished paragraph 141. 51, 61, 71, 81, 91, plus 7. There's 57 paragraphs left. And this is class number 640. I think we'll finish. However, I'm going to add some more books. And then I'm not going to use the paragraphs as often. Because we look at paragraphs maybe once every 3 or 4 classes. But in the future, it'll be once every 7 or 8 classes. And so maybe we may not finish this book by class 800. Fíjate cómo uso by. Para cuando lleguemos, para la clase, eso es by. Para cuando lleguemos a la 800, a la clase 800. Maybe we'll continue after 800, but I don't feel like it. ¿Tienes ganas de seguir después? ¿Será posible llegar a 1000? I don't feel like it. I'm not tired of doing this class. I enjoy it. I enjoy working with Marta. I enjoy working with you. But I don't know. Ahora no. It's about time that I cut off my coleta, right? I don't know how to say my ponytail, all right? My ponytail, cola de caballo. Pero la coleta es más pequeña, they cut off. I don't know. What do you think? And besides, I've covered the English language. Everything the only really important things I taught in the first 200 classes. If you are an expert speaking with everything I introduced from class 1 to class 200, you don't need these classes. Class 201 until class 800 are superfluous, unnecessary if you have mastered class 1 to class 200 for speaking, not for understanding. Understanding, as you know, is completely different. It's much more difficult. All right, paragraph 142, I will start. He has a strange way. He has a strange way of looking at people. You don't know if he's interested in what you're saying or thinking about something else. Personally, I prefer not to talk to him. He makes me so nervous that I can't express myself well. This paragraph is a derivative of something my mother said one time, and I never forgot. I was probably 15 years old, and my mother said something to my father about another man who they met at the country club, in the country club in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And she said, he has such a strange way of looking at you. Apparently, this man made my mother nervous. Okay. And I never forgot that comment by my mother. And then 30 years later, 15, 45, or maybe 25 years later, when I was writing these paragraphs, I had to write 198 paragraphs. In fact, I had to write 496 paragraphs. But you see, this is book 1 for the paragraphs. There's a book 2. And the paragraphs are a little longer. But I'm not going to include those paragraphs in this course, in this program with Televisión Española. If you're interested, there's one that says otros 198 párrafos. But it's too much. It's too much for you. All right. But I remember that comment by my mother. He has a strange way, paragraph 142. He has a strange way of looking at people. Do I have a strange way of looking at you? I look at you all the time. Yeah. You can tell I'm getting older every year with this program. He has a strange way. He has a strange way of looking at people. Fíjate, manera de mirar. He has a strange way of looking. Gerundio, of is preposición. He has a strange way of looking at people. You don't know. Uno no sabe, pero no sabes. El you impersonal. You don't know if he's interested in what you're saying or thinking about something else. You know, that's true. Sometimes I'm looking at a person who's talking to me, but I'm thinking about something else. And I'm not assimilating what the person is saying. This is true sometimes. In a meeting, I'll be in a meeting with several people, and the person says something. Sometimes I'll say, oye, Pedro, ¿puedes repetir lo que acabas de decir? Because I wasn't listening. But I will tell him, I will ask him to repeat, because maybe it's important. But in this case, I have a feeling it's not the case. He has a strange way. He has a strange way of looking at people. You don't know if he's interested in what you're saying or thinking about something else, otra cosa. Personally, I prefer not to talk to him. Personally, I prefer not to talk to him. He makes me so nervous that I can't express myself well. Yeah, some people make other people nervous. And when they try to talk, they start to stammer. Stammer es tartamudear por nervios, no por un defecto del habla. Stutter es un tartamudo que tiene un problema del habla. But stammer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new. I'm stammering, but I don't. A person who suffers a stutter. This is a pencil. Okay, that's to stutter. But to stammer is when you're nervous, and apparently this man makes other people nervous, or at least this person. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow.